Howdy, hey, welcome back to All About That Disney Life. I am Danny B, the girl who is all about that Disney life. We now move on to Toy Story, which came out in 1995. So let's get to know this cast. Tom Hanks was Woody. Tim Allen was Buzz Lightyear. Don Rickles was Mr. Potato Head. Jim Varney was Slinky Dog. Wallace Shawn was Rex. John Ratzenberger was Ham. Annie Potts was Bo Peep. John Morris was Andy Davis. Eric Von Detten was Sid Phillips. Laurie Metcalf was Andy and Molly's mom. Arlie Ermy was Sergeant. Sarah Freeman was Hannah Phillips. Penn Jillette was the Buzz Lightyear TV commercial announcer. And Mickey McCohen was Mrs. Phillips. Now we move on to the facts all about a Toy Story. Number 1, an idea. John Lasseter's first experience with computer animation was at Walt Disney Feature Animation Studio when 2 of his friends showed him the light cycle scene from Tron. Lasseter tried to pitch The Brave Little Toaster as a fully computer animated movie to Disney, but his idea was rejected and he was fired. Lasseter went on to work at Lucasfilm, and in 1986 he became a founding member of Pixar. In 1986, Pixar was purchased by entrepreneur and Apple Inc. co-founder Steve Jobs. Lasseter created short computer animated movies to show off the Pixar image computer's capabilities. In 1988, Lasseter produced the short movie Tin Toy, which was told from the perspective of a toy. Tin Toy won the 1989 Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film, the first computer-generated movie to do so. Number 2, Another Chance. Tin Toy got Disney's attention, and the new team at the Walt Disney Company, Michael Eisner and Jeffrey Katzenberg, wanted to get Lasseter to come back. Katzenberg realized he couldn't get Lasseter back to Disney, so he made plans to ink a production deal with Pixar to produce a new movie. Disney always made their movies in-house, and they refused to change that. But when Tim Burton wanted to buy back the rights to The Nightmare Before Christmas, Disney struck a deal allowing him to make it as a Disney movie outside the studio. This allowed Pixar to make their movies outside Disney. Catmull Smith and head of animation Ralph Guggenheim met with Peter Schneider in the summer of 1990 to discuss making a movie. Schneider didn't want to bring in a non-Disney animation studio. The Pixar team proposed a Christmas TV special, A Tin Toy Christmas, as a first step. But Katzenberg said if we're gearing up to transition from 30-second commercials to a half-hour special, they might as well go all the way and make a feature-length movie. Pixar was nearing bankruptcy and desperate for money, so they settled on a deal that would allow Disney to have complete ownership and control of the movies and characters, including the rights to make sequels without Pixar's involvement, while Pixar would get about 12.5% of ticket sales. An agreement to produce a feature film based on Tin Toy with a working title Toy Story was finalized, and production began after that. Production shut down. Every couple of weeks, Lasseter and his team showed Disney their latest storyboards or footage. Disney was impressed by Pixar's technical innovation, but not impressed with the story plot. Katzenberg got rid of a lot of Pixar script ideas, giving his own opinions about how the movie should be. Katzenberg mostly wanted to add more edginess to the 2 main characters because Disney wanted Toy Story to appeal to both children and adults, and they asked for adult references to be added to the movie. Pixar screened the first half of the movie for Disney executives on November 19th, 1993, which would later be referred to as the Black Friday incident. The results were seriously bad, and Peter Schneider stopped production. Number 4, rewrites. Katzenberg allowed Pixar to do rewrites, and the production crew shifted to television commercials while the head writers worked out a new script, being funded personally by Steve Jobs until Disney resumed production. Schneider appealed directly to Eisner to cancel the project altogether. Stanton and the other story artists worked to quickly produce new script pages with help from consultants such as Whedon, and the first revisions were completed in 2 weeks as promised. Changes. Pixar's script rewrites took 3 months and saw Woody transformed from a tyrant to a wise leader. It also included a more adult-oriented staff meeting amongst the toys rather than the juvenile group discussion that had existed in earlier drafts. Buzz Lightyear's character was also changed to make it more clear to the audience that he genuinely doesn't know he's a toy. Katzenberg and Schneider resumed production with the new script by February of 1994, and the voice actors returned 1 month later to record their new lines. The crew grew from 24 people to 110 and now included 27 animators and 22 technical directors. The movie required 800,000 machine hours and 114,240 frames of animation in total, divided between 1,561 shots that totaled over 77 minutes. Pixar was able to render less than 30 seconds of the film per day. Number 5, the release. Both Disney and Pixar held separate premieres for Toy Story, with Disney holding theirs at their flagship EI Capitan Theater in Los Angeles on November 19th, 1995, and Pixar holding theirs on November 20th, 1995, at the Regency Center in San Francisco. In some international territories, the theatrical release of the movie was preceded by a re-release of the Roger Rabbit short Roller Coaster Rabbit. In addition to showing at the EI Capitan, where tickets included admission to the Totally Toy Story funhouse that Disney built in the Hollywood Masona Temple next door, the movie opened on 2,281 screens on November 22nd and later expanded to 2,574. The movie was also shown at the Berlin International Film Festival out of competition from February 15th to 26th of 1996. Elsewhere, the movie opened in March of 1996. Number 6, the box office. Upon its release on November 22, 1995, Toy Story managed to make more than $350 million worldwide. The movie's first 5 days of domestic release earned $39.1 million. Toy Story earned a total of $158.6 million from ticket sales combined with the 5-day Wednesday opening. The movie placed first in the weekend's box office for the next 2 weeks. Toy Story went on to become the highest-grossing domestic film of 1995, beating Batman Forever, Apollo 13, Pocahontas, Casper, Waterworld, GoldenEye, and other movies. It became the second highest grossing film of 1995, just $3 million behind Die Hard with a Vengeance. The movie had gross receipts of $192.5 million in the United States and Canada, and $181.8 million in international markets from its original 1995 release and 2 re-releases for a total of $374.4 million worldwide. At the time of its release, the movie ranked as the 17th highest grossing film domestically and the 21st highest grossing film worldwide. Number 7, the awards. At the Academy Awards, Toy Story won Special Achievement Award for the development and inspired application of techniques that have made possible the first feature-length computer animated film. At the OFTA Film Hall of Fame, Toy Story score has been inducted in the Hall of Fame. You've Got a Friend in Me has been inducted in the Hall of Fame of Songs, and Toy Story has been inducted in the Hall of Fame for Motion Pictures. At the Felix Awards, Toy Story won for Best Picture, and You've Got a Friend in Me won Best Song. At the Liaggio d'Oro Awards, this movie won a special award to special mention to the cartoon voice. At the National Film Registry, it won an award. At the CFCA Awards, Toy Story won Best Original Score. At the Golden Globes, Toy Story won a special award of merit. At the Golden Reel Awards, Toy Story won for Best Sound Editing for an Animated Feature. At the Universe Reader's Choice Awards, Toy Story won for Best Fantasy Film. At the Young Artist Awards, Toy Story won for Best Family Feature for a musical or comedy. And Sarah Rain won for Best Performance by a Young Actress. At the ASCAP Awards, Toy Story won Top Box Office Films. At the Annie Awards, Toy Story won for Best Individual Achievement for Music. It also won for Best Individual Achievement for Writing, Directing, Producing, Production Design, Animation, and Technical Achievement. And it also won for Best Animated Feature. At the SEFCA Awards, Toy Story took 7th place for Best Picture. At the DFWFCA Awards, Toy Story won for Best Animated Film. At the Movie Guide Awards, Toy Story won Best Movie for Families. At the LAFCA Awards, this movie won for Best Animation. At the KCFCC Awards, Toy Story won for Best Animated Film. At the ACCA Awards, this movie won for Best Motion Picture, and it won for Best Original Screenplay. Number 8, Toy Story Land. Some of the parks have designated areas that pay tribute and represent the movie of Toy Story. At Walt Disney Studio Park at Disneyland Paris, information was leaked about an expansion. The resort later confirmed this. The area helped promote Toy Story 3. It opened on August 17, 2010. The area is designed to shrink guests down to being the size of a toy, and it's located on the right side behind the Art of Disney animation. The attractions and entertainment at Disneyland Paris include the RC Racer, Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin, the Toy Soldiers Parachute Drop, and the former show Green Army Men Meet and Play. For shops, there is the Toy Story Playland Boutique. At Hong Kong Disneyland, it's themed identically to the one in Disneyland Paris. It opened on November 18, 2011. It's located to the west side behind Fantasyland. On February 6, 2013, a new shop named Andy's Toy Box was opened next to RC Racer. The attractions and entertainment for the one at Hong Kong Disneyland include Barrel of Fun, Cubot, RC Racer, Slinky Dog Spin, Toy Soldier Boot Camp, and Toy Soldiers Parachute Drop. For refreshments and restaurants, there is Jesse's Snack Roundup. For shops, there's Andy's Toy Box. At Shanghai Disneyland, it was announced for the park on November 9th, 2016, and it opened on April 26, 2018. It's located between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. The attractions and entertainment for Shanghai Disneyland include Rex's Racers, Slinky Dog Spin, and Woody's Roundup. For restaurants and refreshments, there's Toy Box Cafe, the box of Buzz Lightyear, the box of Lotso, and the box of Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. And finally, there is the one at Disney's Hollywood Studios at Disney World. It was announced at the 2015 D23 Expo. Construction began on April 3rd, 2016, and the land opened on June 30th, 2018. And this is the largest Toy Story land amongst all the Disney parks. The attractions and entertainment for the one at Disney Hollywood Studios include Toy Story Mania, Slinky Dog Dash, Alien Swirling Saucers, Green Army Men Drum Corps, Green Army Men Boot Camp, and character meet and greets. For restaurants and refreshments, there is Woody's Lunchbox and Woody's Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. Number 9, the ride. There is rides at majority of the Disney parks that have to do with Buzz Lightyear. So that was the first Toy Story ride that we got at majority of the Disney parks. So the one at Magic Kingdom, it opened on November 3rd, 1998. It is the first Buzz Lightyear attraction and the third Omnimover ride to operate in Tomorrowland's South Show building. This version features laser guns that are stationary, so you cannot take them out of their holders. There is also the one in Disneyland, California. It opened March 17, 2005. It's called Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. The laser guns can be removed from their mounts to allow for more accurate shooting. This ride is also at Hong Kong Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Resort. The one in Hong Kong opened September 12, 2005, and the one in Tokyo opened April 15, 2004. The Tokyo version is the original version of the ride, and all the ride's audio is in Japanese. At Hong Kong Disneyland, the ride is also called Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters and is similar to the Tokyo version. The Hong Kong version features English dialogue. On November 22nd, 2016, Disney announced that the ride would be closing. In its place would be the park's second Marvel-themed ride, Ant-Man and the Wasp Nano Battle. The ride closed on August 31st, 2017, but Tokyo Disneyland's version is still running to this day. At Disneyland Paris, the ride opened on April 8th, 2006. It's called Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast. It replaced the Circle Vision 360 production La Visionarium, which closed in 2004. This version is like the one at Disneyland California. The dialogue's the same, but it's translated into French as well as English. And finally, at Shanghai Disneyland, this ride opened June 16, 2016. It's called Buzz Lightyear Planet Rescue. It's based on the opening scene from Toy Story 2. Number 10, where can we find all of these characters? Well, sit back and relax. We do have another list. Let's start off with Buzz Lightyear. Buzz is common in Disney parks around the world as a meetable character. He is also featured in many parades. Previously, if anyone in the park shouted, "Andy's coming," he, along with the other toys like Jessie, Woody, and the others, would fall down. This soon stopped as little children got scared when they fell down, and the falling did damage to the costumes. Buzz is also featured in a series of Tomorrowland attractions, each with a different name depending on what park they are in. In the rides, which have the same plot, an audio animatronic Buzz assigns the rider a mission to stop Emperor Zurg by using a blaster to shoot at various targets. Buzz also appears riding Mark Twain in Fantasmic. Buzz also has his own spell card in Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom known as Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blaster. Also, all the Toy Story characters appear in Disney's Hollywood Studios by the Toy Story Midway Mania attraction in Toy Story Land as meetable characters. Next character is Ham. At Shanghai Disneyland, Ham is one of the characters featured in the Garden of the 12 Friends, representing the Chinese zodiac symbol of the pig. At Toy Story Midway Mania, Ham hosts the Ham and Eggs game, originally alongside Rex before switching to Buttercup after the release of Toy Story 3. Next character is Mr. Potato Head. At Walt Disney World, Mr. Potato Head makes notable appearances at Disney's Hollywood Studios. He appeared as decor in the new dismantled Pixar area of the park and during the Pixar Pals Countdown to Fun Parade as a walk-around character near the Toy Story float. At Disneyland California, Mr. Potato Head makes an appearance in the Pixar Play Parade as a walk-around character in the Toy Story unit. He is seen riding a dump truck in between the Buzz and Woody floats. At Toy Story Mania, Mr. Potato Head appears in the arcade-like attraction in Disneyland and Walt Disney World. He acts as a ringmaster of sorts and speaks to the guests while on a line to ride the attraction. He is large, semi-digital audio animatronic that can truly interact with guests and, as a nod to his origins, pull apart his body pieces. He is able to identify guests and the clothing they wear as well. Next character is Sid. A live version of Sid first appeared in Toy Story, the musical, aboard the Disney Cruise Line ship Disney Wonder, having his own villain song called Make a Little Noise. Sid would appear in parks proper in 2021 as part of the Oogie Boogie Bash Halloween event at Disney California Adventure, hosting a Sid show circus at Pixar's Pier stage showcasing the mutant toys. Next characters are the mutant toys. The mutant toys have made several non-walk-around appearances in the theme parks. One of the games in Disney Quest's Create Zone was Sid's Toy Maker, which allowed guests to create their own mutant toy and purchase the parts to actually build the creation. At Hong Kong Disneyland, large statues of the mutant toys are installed to decorate Toy Story Land for the Halloween season. Next character is Rex. At Walt Disney World, Rex will appear as part of Slinky Dog Dash at Disney's Hollywood Studios, perched on top of a Jenga block tower. In the same park, Rex has appeared in the Pixar Play Parade and stars in a mini-game alongside Trixie in Toy Story Mania. At Shanghai Disneyland, Rex will host the park's Toy Story Land attraction, Rex's Racer. On the Disney Cruise Line, aside from the actual parks, Rex plays a major role in the musical stage adaptation of the movie on board the Disney Cruise Line. It was one of the few appearances of Rex as a walk-around character. Next character is RC. An oversized RC serves as the ride vehicle for the RC Racer attraction featured at many incarnations of Toy Story Land, a surfboard-style coaster that places him on an oversized Hot Wheels ramp. Photo op versions of RC at more of a guest-friendly scale can be found in some of these Toy Story lands, as well as at Disney's All-Star Movies Resort at Walt Disney World, and formerly at the Buzz Lightyear's Pizza Planet restaurant at Disneyland Paris. A life-size RC can be seen in the fictional cars section in the former studio tram tour behind the Magic attraction. The last character is Woody. At Toy Story Midway Mania, Woody promptly appears in the shooting game found in Disney's California Adventure and Disney's Hollywood Studios. The story of this ride being that the toys are throwing a carnival from a playset owned by Andy. On the Big Thunder Trail, a veiled allusion to Woody was added to Big Thunder Trail in Disneyland, coinciding with the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. A post on a shack found along the trail has a warning for it being rattlesnake season and warning residents to check their boots. The illustration of the post shows a cowboy boot resembling Woody's with a rattlesnake crawling in it, alluding to his "there's a snake in my boot" line. On the Jungle Cruise at Trader Sam's gift shop in Disneyland is a brown cowboy boot with a snake crawling out of it, referencing again Woody's famous catchphrase. For live appearances, Woody is a very common walk-around character for meet and greet opportunities, often appearing with Buzz, Jessie, or Forky. There used to be a rule in which when a guest called "Andy's coming," that the toys had to go limp. This has become much more lenient due to working conditions for the cast members. And there you have it, all the facts about Toy Story. If you like this video, please hit that like button and don't forget to leave a comment down below and don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you have a zippity-doo-dah day. Goodbye.